So I hear that you are a local celebrity, or so that my
Well,
girlfriend told me.
I've only been a celebrity about the last 15 minutes. It was back in '07, '08 when I went on a campaign with Sea Shepherd, but nobody said much to me in the meantime until today. But so that's my claim to fame, I guess. But I wore this shirt not because I was promoting that, but just the idea that a small group of dedicated people can accomplish any damn thing you want, and so that's really what it was. It wasn't to promote myself, but it worked in that regard too, you know.
Didn't have any other thing clean either.
Well, you know the truth.
So how did you first hear about the Occupy movement?
Right in the very beginning. It probably wasn't 2 or 3 days old when I heard from various sources, free speech, Keith Olbermann, what have you. And then I started following it, but I've never done any live streaming, but I've been trying to keep up with it. So then I searched and found there was an Occupy Tallahassee, and I actually went to the first General Assembly and was just
It was pretty intense.
impressed beyond belief, overwhelmed by how well everybody coordinated and how organized, and how easy it was to come to consensus, and unlike anything I'd experienced in many protests in the past. And it was just because the time has come. I mean, you know, it's the revolutionary moment has arrived. Apparently, it's here, and everybody knows it. You know, I'm pretty pleased with that.
And what have you been? What have you been in any protest in the past?
Yeah, about every major one since the '60s. Michael and Tom and I were part of the core group that protests, you know, Iraq and Afghanistan in the beginning, and even before the invasion, really. And so you go all the way back to Vietnam, you know. But never has the populace been screwed so bad that they understood what's going on, and you know that's what it takes. You know, and we've always known that's what it would take, but we wondered when will they wake up, and they're awake. You know, and it's wonderful. And it took your generation to come along and grab it by the horns and do something with it. We're old and tired. We can't do shit. But
It's about time. You know. So compared to movements in the past, what do you think sets the Occupy movement apart from them?
Consensus. It's actually, I'd have to say, it's an understanding. It's a motivational awareness that of what it's going to take. It's I've never seen it before. Usually, we pick issues and that divides us, and then within the divided issue groups, there's contention about the best way to approach things. And I don't see any of that here anywhere. It's more organic than any I've seen, including the Vietnam protests, which were pretty damn organic, you know.
So what issues would you like to see Occupy Tallahassee address that are crucial to the state of Florida?
State of Florida is tough. On the big picture, I think getting money out of politics is true across the board. We've got to have public financing for elected officials, so the motivation changes from enriching yourself to helping people. So that's my main issue right now in the big picture. In the Florida picture, gee whiz, I mean, we've elected a fascist, you know, so that would be the first thing I'd want to get rid of. I mean, he didn't lie to us. He said he was going to tear the state apart, and, you know, the state elected him, but I just think both houses of Congress and the governor are so far right wing that it's terribly detrimental for the state. So once again, if you pick on the issues, you're overlooking the overarching problem, and that is we're not being led by anybody you want to lead you. You know?
So how do you feel that the media has handled the Occupy movement since it began?
Boy, that's a good question. It's very mixed. I've seen some excellent reporting, not nearly enough of it ever. and I've also seen some very biased, one-sided reporting to the negative. So it's a mix.
Do you ever follow the independent media? Do you have time?
Oh yeah. That's, and I'm assuming you're talking about on the internet as opposed to.
Mostly, right? Because that's where most
Absolutely.
of it is.
I'm locked into most of it. A lot of it. There ain't no most of it, but a lot of it. But I also really rely on free speech television a lot to keep me updated.
All right. Appreciate it.
Ryan.
Thank you, Brian.